don't necessarily have like a hard crowd control skill aside from the ultimates. So that's something that maybe Irad can work on in this matchup. But in terms of vision, they can anticipate before it happens. It's going to go into the side of Smart Omega. So RSG needs to be careful of that as well.
That's true. Into the game we go. The last one for this best of 3. Only one walks away with what they need to go into the playoffs. An upper bracket slot or just getting into the damn playoffs. Here we go. A minute in and already they're fighting for the Little Wanderer. Where'd it go?
It's a Max. He was
Wow.
able to snipe that away.
That was a 3v2.
Yeah.
That's Novaria for you. Finally got it in. It's also a bunch of tenacities being built up by both the Minotaur and the carry here. Meanwhile, both or 3. Once again, it's been a trend for the side of Smart Omega to pick up 3 Wilderness Blessings to have a faster rotation around the map. So expect that most of the fights are going to be coming from the River's side, but RSG are going to be wary of that as well. They have Eman using this carry, so they're going to be careful with their approaches.
Both junglers making a visit to that XP lane, getting spotted out. Nothing just yet. I mean, it's relatively pretty chill before this first turtle comes up. If one of these teams, though, can find a win, they'll get an advantage here early on.
Oh, look at this. Eman has now surpassed Yuji in all-time kills with 611, now ranked 18. For those of you who don't know, Yuji, also known as Mr. Consistent, has been a multi-time season MVP and, of course, one of the OGs when it comes to the early days of the MPL.
Mage Dad for a reason.
Yep.
Finally got that in. And in terms of seeing what the rotations are all about for the side of RSG, they're kind of leading at least 100, but it seems like Matt is leading now.
Okay, gonna go ahead and start up this turtle. There's an echo being landed. Irad and Nav's gonna be in trouble for now. Execution goes through. Ryota gonna fall. Turtle resets.
Oh.
So they forced the reset out of it. Ryota out of the picture. Now Matt setting his eyes on Navs. Looking for the angle. Still, Jack New here with them alongside Etu Max. Ryota making his way back to this turtle dance. Both teams still holding on.
Oh, the big ticket ults have already been spent. Not much green on both ends, but here Ryota's made it back.
This might just go over. Matt looking for it. Irad gonna go in position and gets it there, securing the turtle here for RSG.
The mechanic gets the fix. Early win here for the Raiders. 1-0 and a big turtle.
Yep, that's a kill for the raid and also one major objective on their side. Meanwhile, on the side of Smart Omega, that's a lose-lose if you ask me. It's an unconverted kill plus the turtle reset. That reset was not really leaning on their side just because Matt tried to go and, help the rest of his teammates to go for the extra kill because he noticed that Aqua was running a little bit low in terms of health. But with that, he compromised. His position was compromised in terms of taking the turtle, who was already at least 25% in terms of the damage output. So now, RSG is leading at least 400, and the shields coming in from the turtle buff will really help them in securing more in terms of team fights. And we're starting to see that right now, especially with the force field surrounding it.
Okay, so in the first turtle, the first 4 minutes, it's clear. RSG owning the turtle, owning the XP lane. What about Gold? Whenever we're quiet about Kelra, whenever we don't see much action there, he tends to surprise us in the mid to the late.
Yeah, he's actually built first in terms of Demon Hunter
There you
Sword.
go.
That's the answer. You know, you bank on Kelra at this point and everything is going to be okay. Meanwhile, he's really going to go move forward against Eman here. Is not really falling behind as much, maybe at least 100 or so, who's also built up a corrosion site as we speak. So Claude or Kelra is going to prioritize more in terms of the attack speed. Meanwhile, Eman is building up on the basic attack right away. So it's going to be more effective for them.
Light gonna have to use that Minoan Fury. The rest of the team here to help him out now. Navs and Aqua. Aqua holding on to his own wild charge. They don't want to commit because they know this turtle is going to be up in just a few seconds.
Yep, eyes on the bigger prize here. 5 minutes in, turtle already spawned. Ryota gonna go for the quick cut so he can rotate much faster and help Matt and help his whole team. Smart Omega score this turtle. Now Ryota gets a few hits.
Oh, okay. Able to dodge quite a bit.
Wow.
Fancy footwork from Ryota. So those are some key resources that are out here now for RSG for this turtle.
Yeah, okay, Pumakonochi, I see you. There's so many bobbing and weaving if you would ask me. But again, the bobbin and weaving is still on the side of RSG because they're finally holding this turtle objective.
Nav's trying to hold that front line, keeping Matt at bay. Praetor's Wrath going to come down. They've got that heal from Light. Chaknu looking for position. Matt will take it. Doesn't even need a team fight to break out. He's just going to go in smoothly, take the turtle.
Oh, now Etomas gets Irad on him, and the captain gets away. It's a 50 apiece.
Wow.
And Ryota, what?
Whoa.
What?
He's doing work.
Amazing work. He used his bare hands to take down that turret.
Dude, not only that,
Hold
it wasn't even a drive-by. It was just a shopping claim for Matt this time around because he's not really riding on wheels as of the moment. But again, this is a major statement for the side of Smart Omega to adjust mid-game. We're talking about the adjustments before the draft even starts, but now they have a different approach. Try to, force RSG out of their ultimates as fast as possible and then unleash the damage later on.
And throughout that whole sequence, again, whenever you don't check on the Filipino Savage, he's up to something. Not only is he up on gold, he's also up on XP.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He's farming. He's having a great time up there. That's why you can even see, Light trying to make some presence around that lane to not just let it get out of hand. That's now the golden staff being picked up as well. That's going to be the turret secured here for Smart Omega. That's 2 now.
Whoa!
Oh, Nats with a penalty zone, but nothing to follow up. So expended there. Smart Omega kind of making this disciplined approach so far.
Starting to be a little risky for the side of Smart Omega, or RSG rather, because they couldn't really match well with the Terizla speed because not a lot of them are holding the Wilderness Blessing as at the moment. And in terms of rotations, the side of Smart Omega are leading.
Into the Blazing Duet. Emon still going to be alive though.
Oh.
They wanted to make a play. Jack knew should be fine. They back off.
Oh my, that was a Chak Mamba surprise if you ask me. I was even surprised with that one, but they want to go for it once again.
Etu Max, he's not going to get away from this. Navs, full confidence there. Goes in, Aqua.
Yo, 2 Groks.
His own form of Grok. Now, Irad. Wow, every time the camera catches up to Ryota, he's doing something
Come
on
on,
this
man.
Paquito.
That last minute felt like a highlight reel. Not even like a real match. It's just, whoa, moments on moments.
It was like full-on 1 minute and 30 seconds, full-on bloodbath.
Like something I see on TikTok.
Yeah.
He's still there. He's in enemy territory right now. The 1-2 punch, Emon.
What?
Going to take quite a bit of damage. Ryota now running from 4 members of RSG. Can he pull a miracle out? Get something out of this. He's in the air. There's nothing he can do, but the team will secure the turtle here.
All right, at the cost of his life, Smart Omega can walk away with a turtle and still pending this orange buff. Where'd it go?
To Irad.
Red's got it,
What?
but the wild charge.
Wait a minute. Did he? Oh, okay. So he punctured.
Yep.
I was even wondering how he escaped out of that wild charge, but he bought just in time because the arrow was about to point out on the wall. But
Like
again,
like the friggin' Matrix, man.
Yeah. it was safe. He was safe. He literally went, oh, okay, I'm gonna head out.
Check it out. This is Ryota's top 3 picks. He's even with Paquito this time around with Esmeralda. She's not in the meta right now, and of course, the usual.
Sorry, Esme.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I'm still glad we're not in that XP lane. Uranus Esme every single game meta that we were in,
I do miss her.
Yeah. We all miss.
I'm happy with the XP lane now.
Whoa!
Speaking of, top side, Ryota gonna be focused on. Matt coming to help him out now. Takes a couple shots. Etu Max making his way as well. Irad could be in trouble now. Matt with the CC alongside Ryota 1-2 punch. It's Navs
Oh no, Irad.
and Irad. Can they stay alive from this? Gonna be a chase down. Fair
Irad!
execution. Whoa! What a Thorn Rose! Able to avoid that. Could have been a possible kill there.
The mechanic walks away, and he stays actually clearing the wave, but look at down bottom. They have gotten so deep. Ryota almost dealt permanent damage. Might as well have taken down the inhibitor.
Again, that was an unconverted kill coming in from RSG. It was Omega. First off, Ryota with a major outplay against 2 of the members from the Raiders, and then Kelra pushing down bot. So
There
there's
you
no
go.
longer anything aside from the bottom lane inhibitor that the Omega team needs to worry about. And another thing, they've exploited the positioning coming in from the side of RSG, which is why the rest of the members of the raid wants to go for the assistance because Irad was in a little bit of a pickle. So now they're in a very good position to be able to take this Lord in.
Yep, here's the pull, here's the dance. All right, a little too far there. Just reset.
Right now, keep an eye on the positioning too. You can see it, right? This is really where these past 10 minutes, Kelra having a relatively safe game, just doing what he's doing, is where he starts to shine. Around these Lord fights now that we're at to this point, is going to be crucial for that Blazing Duet placement.
All right, Lord
Reset.
here at the maximum distance.
That's
Reset.
a long turn.
Massive astral recall. But they're not going to capitalize. I think the call here is Ryota should take care of the long lane first. Maybe take down the tier 2, and then they can dance.
Yep, the general of the Atay army is just there to do his job and go home and cook some breakfast next morning.
Those are the orders.
Yep, that's the order. And what's the order now? They're going to be safe and take this Lord for themselves as to the moment.
Well, they knew they took Emon to send him up there to deal with Ryota. Ryota's still going to wait patiently, right? He wants to get that turret. He's been demolishing turrets here. That's his job right now. That's the assignment. So you can see even Emon still waiting up there. Both junglers just doing the dance with the Lord for now.
Yep.
Astral Echo spots 2. Light Nats can't hide here. And it looks like RSG can only really hope. It's not a reset. Matt here going to allow the Lord to go in a little deeper. Kelra comes in.
Light going to be in trouble. Couple hits of Ryota going to jump in.
Boom.
One punch away. He's going to miss that one. Can't land the jab. Light able to survive. Etu Max doesn't find the connection either, though. Chaknu going to jump in. Misses the wild charge. There's a whole lot being thrown out here. Lord Irad secures it for RSG. Now do they fight this out? Echo going to come down. The Astral Echo spotting him out. Irad takes the brutal damage. He falls though. Etu Max finds it. Aqua now going to be in trouble. Has his own form of the Grok, but will fall. Kelra firing off here at M on the front side. BMI's back. Smart Omega finds a couple kills. They got to deal with the Lord though.
2 for the Lord. A stolen purple still pending. Hans, I got to ask you, was that worth it?
Oh man, it's not looking good if you're RSG because it went on to Etomax of all heroes. This means faster astral recalls, faster astral echoes, plus the Lancelot won't move as much. But look at this, right? It was a beautiful take coming in from the rest of the members of Smart Omega. They were in prime positioning to be able to take this Lord because the Phantom Execution was already committed. Nats popped off the penalty zone towards Matt for him to not be able to unleash his retribution in time. But again, Aqua unleashing that wild charge even bited them in the butt just because of the fact that there was not enough damage to back it up. And Eman has only built a Corrosion Scythe, a Golden Staff, and even a Demon Hunter's Sword. He just recently built up a Wind of Nature for extra purposes, which was already built up by Kelra minutes ago. He already has a Legion Sword at this point.
So it's safe to say Omega was going for both. If not for the penalty zone, if not for the Thorn Rose, Omega would have gotten both the turn and the Lord.
But Nats was there.
But Nas was there, so they're closer to 50-50 now. But it's safe to say, folks, the Barangay is at the lead. Etomax and Kelra just dealing miles ahead of damage here, worth against RSG. And the map is blue, so it's safe to say, man, Eman hasn't had a great game. Eman is struggling.
Yeah, just because of the fact that, you know, range is the name of the game, or the issue for the carry whenever you're facing him off. And in addition to that one, you have to take note as well of Kelra, who started to build up so many items already at this moment of the game. Etomax, although he's just 1-1-1, we've only had 3 kills in this game for both of the teams. And it's crazy to think that no turret has been brought down from the side of Omega. And this is a rare occurrence for them because they usually start slow, but now they're dictating the pace of this game.
Which all started by the gloves of Ryota here, you know, early on. Like, he was putting the pressure, still doing it up to this point, and that's something that the RSG has to deal with. Like, they're playing to that tune of Smart Omega right now.
Okay, the last time we saw Smart Omega do this was against their super fast, their ultra fast game against Blacks International Game 2.
Yeah.
That's the last time we saw it, and they won that very decisively. Now, approaching the 15-minute mark, I think it's safe to say RSG still has a little bit of fight left in them.
Yep.
And this Lord here coming up in 10 seconds is 50-50. I think the mechanic can put up quite the fight.
Just because they have the carry on their side. And also, Irad is one of the most well-known in terms of this Lancelot.
Whoa, Ryota gonna jump into a bush he wasn't expecting. Emon gets the kill check. Mamba surprise comes through. Aqua gonna fall. Emon to follow. A double kill for Kelra. What a response from Smart Omega.
2 for 1, and you could have sworn Smart Omega knew that. They sent Ryota and said, man, if you die, but we're going to get him anyways. They penetrate top.
They're gonna even let go of the Lord as we speak, but Irad is not gonna give it up. Inhibitor has been secured by the Barangay. They're placing themselves of a playoff spot, a playoff place.
That's the long lane. Check Irad.
Irad gonna try to do something. Can't even get it off. Great turn there for Smart Omega. Able to secure themselves the Lord. They're looking to punch this one in and get that spot into the playoffs.
Dear Lord, this is the biggest lead Smart Omega's had all game long. 16 minutes in, they're looking at a 6K gold lead. Check that play one more time. Ryota comes in. I don't think...
Did he know, or was that part of the plan?
That's the thing, man. Smart Omega, they work in mysterious ways.
Dude, you know what the call was? Ryota, let's make a TikTok highlight. You sacrifice yourself for all of us, and then it's gonna be an instrumental where me, Chaknu, and Kelra are gonna go in, and then it's gonna be ham.
Okay, realistically speaking, I think this is the call, right?
Yeah.
Ryota, go check. Why?
Check.
Just check.
Just check.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, was that just for the hell of it? I'm gonna go check this bush.
Yeah, Kelra and I are here. Don't worry. Just check.
We got
Just
it.
check.
But
What if I die? I don't care.
Nope.
Just check.
They're going to have to keep alive here because Lord now up in this top side working on it. Nav's half health. They want to hold on to as many turrets as they can, but it's going to be a trouble. Immortality going to be popped here. They have a response though. Irad trying to keep them at bay. Immortality for Chaknu going to be popped as well. Quite low. The Raiders have to go back. Mid turret going to be taken down. Holding on to one left. They've cleared the Lord out. RSG trying to stay in this game here.
Time and space are on the Barangay side. Waves are crashing in. HP bars, resources are scarce for RSG. And now, the Barangay, this is their call. This is their decision. Do they stay? Do they force it? They back out.
And all of that, with all of their turrets in place. No more turrets for the side of RSG. They only have one turtle, one Lord on their side, and Smart Omega has the map. It's all odds against them. Like, literally, if you should say, because there's so many other things that they have to worry about. First on is the setups coming in from Light. Yes, Light hasn't died out as of the moment, but Eman already did once. So it's going to be a major issue for the side of RSG on how they will be able to contain Kelra, especially with a full build right now. You're taking a look on your right side, it's the damage dealt already. Both Kelra and Etomax has managed to, you know, poke the rest of the members of RSG, which is why Nats, even when he's starting to be the initiator coming in from the side of RSG Philippines, it hasn't really boiled up too much because it doesn't get the follow-up it needs. And it's making it difficult for the side of RSG.
And with that, the numbers don't lie, folks. I actually agree with this win rate probability. Smart Omega, they got a 30% chance for a comeback from RSG, so they got to do everything they can to make sure it goes to 100.
The biggest thing here for RSG is if some way, somehow, they find or spot out Kelra, right? Kelra, even Ryota. If they can find something, and I think that's why Aqua's holding on to that wild charge. Because it's a tool to make that happen, especially with the flicker here.
All right. Taking down Kelra may be less possible. Ryota, you know that Smart Omega is willing to sacrifice him, but make sure that it's for free. Make sure that it's easy, that it's not going to cost you two heroes, much like that trade, much like that play up top. Oh, here's a conceal from Chaknu. Where are they going? What are they looking for?
They're looking for anything. I mean, interestingly enough, too, Ryota parking up in the top side. That's the advantage they have here. Guys, still, RSG has no turrets down against Smart Omega. They are at a huge disadvantage in terms of space.
Oh, look at the dance. Lord very much favored here for the Barangay, and Chaknu pushing them out of that Y bush. Lord here at a third of its health. Big old echoes.
Oh, they're going to find them all here. Still, Emon has to stay in the base to defend. This could just be a Lord going to the hands of Smart Omega. RSG might have to defend, or they just rely on Irad to pull some miracle. Oh, he's going to be in trouble, though. Great Guardian's Barrier has to phantom execution out. Naz with a defensive penalty zone. He's left to himself. He could be in trouble here. The rest of the team trying to make his way. Emon gonna find Ryota there. No one falling just yet. Lord resets.
All right, despite the 7K gold lead here, RSG putting up quite a fight.
Yep.
Omega resuming the dance.
And Eman building up a Sea Halberd here. So the healing is going to be reduced a little bit more coming in from both the rest of the members of Smart Omega. But you have to take note of Ryota, who doesn't give a care in the world on what's happening in the Lord Pit. He just wants to continue to take the advantage, but they're looking for Eman. They're looking for Eman.
Conceal play. Aqua. Waiting patiently. Light. Quite low here. Very tricky positioning. Irad making his way to. Lord will be reset.
What?
But still, pressure in the base. Ryota making his way there.
Yo.
He's going to force RSG to react to this. It's looking very hectic for this Lord Dance.
This is the macro of all macros.
Oh my
There are
goodness.
3 or 4 different battlefields happening right now, simultaneously fought by both OMG and RSG. Even the purple buff is a big resource. He just used the penalty zone to get out of there. Wild charge in!
Wild charge going to go through. Nothing to follow up, though.
Oh, wow.
Both teams just playing
The
this the best
Lord.
they can. The Lord going to reset once
Reset again.
Going for it. Irad, Phantom Execution in. Matt now just
no.
forcing it for the kill. Nath will fall. Light going to be next. Has the heal, has the immortality.
Ooh.
The flicker comes
No
through.
lie.
He's trapped into the wall. The Guardian's Barrier going to be there. Light in trouble. He falls. 2 down for RSG.
And now, Smart Omega making the disciplined call. They're not going to force it. Not going to go for the end. Instead, they're going to go for this evolved Lord.
Now this is a better situation for you to take the Lord. A while ago, it was RSG looming around the map, and because of the lack of your crowd control or hard crowd control, it was Irad that was freely moving around. But because of the fact that there were so many other initiators coming in from RSG,
They're on the hunt here. They want to find Aqua. Aqua going to swivel around there.
Ow.
Around the Guardian's Barrier. Irad could be in trouble.
Ow.
Phantom Execution goes in. Bob leads.
Irad.
Matt's going to find him. He meets him. He greets him. Immortality going to be popped.
Irad.
Matt could be in
Oh.
trouble. Matt, Appraiser's Wrath, finds him. And now Lord makes its way down the mid.
That looked like a Rube Goldberg machine of death
Oh
from
my
Smart
goodness.
Omega as they set up a kill on the ever-elusive Irad. Now they're inside the base!
Nath's trying to buy some time. Penalty zone comes through with Winter Truncheon. Ryota taking quite a bit of damage. Now Light here as well.
That's
Aqua
alive.
falls. Can they buy some more time? Trying to hold it together.
Oh.
Everybody quite low. Light gonna be the next target.
Oh,
Ryota
no.
finds him with 1-2 punch. M on there as well. Smart Omega will do it. The Barangay win the series.
This winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor.